on currently, story-wise, but as a girl, you play a guy, I think, and he's on holiday. It's a good start. And let's move on to chapter 2. A summer day, just like it had always been. The sun was so bright, cicadas wouldn't stop singing. They actually added that noise. Quite nice. Oh, that's pretty. I hurried home to finish my lunch, and then had to run back here in a rush. Just ask me whose fault it was.
这边。
The girl waving at me. Her name was Jasmine. She lived nearby and was about the same age as me. Without many other friends to play with, she usually just followed me around. Even on such a scorchingly hot summer's noon, there was no exception. The drowsiness started to sink in after I had lunch. All I wanted to was take a nap. Naps are good. I finished all of my assignments for college recently, so I'm now able to have really nice long lines. And then I remember, I have work. By the way, had it not been for her saying, "You have to come, I have something nice to show you," there's no way I would have come out under this blazing sun, as if I had nothing better to do. I did wish she would tell me how much further we had to walk though. For some reason, scenery felt completely unchanged to me. Were we just going round and round in circles? I wouldn't complain, this is some really nice looking area. I love visual novels because some of them have really, really nice graphics. This one is probably a better example than Carpe Diem. Because look at the grass, it's nice and the light is just whoa. Jasmine looked back at me and smiled. She'd been leading us around in the woods, skipping and ducking to get through.
马上啦，马上就到啦。
Yay! The moment her words reached me, the view expanded before us. That's again another really nice, pretty shot. Oh, music stopped. I never knew there was a place like this, within the woods. The air was filled with the sweet scent of wildflowers and grass, a wide clearing. The sky was merely a circle, surrounded by a growth of trees, covering everything like a dome. And just like in the fairy tales, in the middle of the clearing, there stood a little wood house.
这里是
Oh, I like that music. Jasmine turned around.
基地哦。
Her face brightened up as she introduced me to her great treasure. As much as I love the music, I may have to turn it down slightly. Configure. Let's see if it wants to load the configure. There we go. Music volume needs to go a little bit down. But it seems like as much as I really like the music, can't really hear her, and it's some really nice voice acting actually. I do like it. Nice and simple. Oh, this seems to be taking a lot longer. I can run things like Dota and World of Warcraft on here, and it doesn't have that kind of problem. Ooh. First of all, she had found this place. For this I had to give her credit. Having come into the woods quite a few times, I didn't know it even existed. And then... I always wondered how you spelled. She fall over. Couldn't help but to wonder what the girl was doing in there. It's too messy inside, I need to clean it up. She dived into the house. Then there came suspicious noises. Anything wrong? You need help? Just what is this all about? There is much suspicious noises. A loud clatter. First a straw hat, then the girl. All fell out together with a huge pile of books, snow crashing up the floor. Hey, are you okay?
又搞砸了。
She dug her way out of the mountain of books and dusted her straw hat before putting it back on. Jasmine seemed so innocent when she looked up at me. Oh, look at her! Look at the eyes! She's so cute! The hair's really pretty as well. But I had to ask, just what were those beautifully bound hardcover bricks of books with gibberish written all over them?
这些是爸爸的书，因为放不下，就搬到这里来了。
Oh, now I understood. Judging from the volumes we have here, I really looked forward to visiting the inside of the house. What was her dad writing about? Is this another What's in Aaron's basement? What did his dad have to show him? I'm not up to date on the manga, so I can't tell you. Grumbling to myself, I had no choice but to help Jasmine pick up the books. They were all over the place. Hey, where should these go?
里面就好，角落那边。
I had to watch my step in the narrow space, hugging the piles of books. I would like a library like that in my own house. When I have a house of my own. One apartment. Books filled the house, all the way up to the ceiling. That's what I like to hear. Between the stacks of books, there was barely room to walk. If I hadn't been careful, thinking about what just happened to Jasmine, I couldn't help but shiver. Look at that floor. Ha! After prolonged struggle, we managed to almost finish putting all the books back into the order. Now let's see what's left. Let me put these inside.
不用的，放外面就好。这些是我的
Jasmine
书。
smiled and took them. Oh, you do read? How surprising. I stared at her dorky face. Hey, there's nothing dorky about reading.
哼，当
I
然
like
会的，
reading.
不要把人当傻瓜啊。
Jasmine pouted and protested. Look how cute her face is. Sure. I brushed her off, sitting on the wooden doorsteps. I grabbed a book to fan myself.
啊，我真的看过的，好比这本。
She sat down heavily beside me and brought with her a thick book. That's really something, really. By the way, it was a book of fairy tales for kids. Fairy tales are like the best stories.
是的呀。
See? When I opened up the book, Jasmine leaned in
这里的
closer.
故事很有趣的哦。
I get it. So you're a kid. Like, that's new. But you're getting a bit too close. It's getting hot.
这里面呢，有兔子先生、鸭小姐，还有鹅伯母，还有
The one missing?
啊嘞，
Halfway into her enthusiastic talk, Jasmine paused. Her eyes widened, her head tilted. What are those torn edges? The pages looked as if they'd been bitten out by rats.
啊，那好像是小时候
You ate the books when you were little,
拿
didn't
来
you,
折了
Jasmine?
纸飞机什么的样子。
Oh. Well, I guess that explains all of the paper airplanes literally everywhere.
啊，
She crashed her head didn't look very guilty, though. You know what? Mr. Abbott will cry a river over this. I made a semi-serious face, and with great pity, inspected the rat's work.
是哦。
She seemed to be thinking about it.
兔子先生，真的很对不起。
Am I Mr. Abbott? Wait, was she serious? Seriously agonizing over
要
this?
怎么办好呢？
I think I am Mr. Abbott. Hey, I was just kidding. Don't look like you're about to get into that book. Alright, I got it. I swiftly snatched the book from her hands. The girl was left grasping at air for a split second. Hey, how about this? I stood up having mischievous ideas. Jasmine looked to be puzzled. Let's tear it all up. What do you think? I acted like I was about to tear apart the book. That's mean!
啊啊！
My words finally registered. Jasmine jumped with a
不
start.
可以啦，而且，为什么？
She has a good point. Jasmine was desperate to get the book back. Unfortunately, even if she extended her arm, it was still shorter than mine. It's kinda mean. There was no way she could reach the book. I'd been holding over my head. Oh, you ask why I was doing this? I hadn't decided that yet. I was just a little prank. It was always so much fun messing around with her. I couldn't help but to play with bad guys some more. Look, hiding the book behind me, I started to invent random excuses. You see, Mr. Rabbit was on the plane, right? I turned in circles, Jasmine followed around. So you know what? Wouldn't it be a great idea to make the rest of the book into paper planes as well, Miss Duck, Aunt Goose, whoever? That way they could all meet with Mr. Rabbit again. I held the book high up above my head. Wow, she jumped up. To reach the book in my hand, Jasmine practically threw herself at me. And she fell over. I tried to dodge, but it was too late. That was a miscalculation. Well, I only had myself to blame. I asked myself if I was going too far with this prank. At the same time, just when I was about to get up, The sound of our foreheads touching. Her skin felt cold. What do foreheads sound like when they touch? Surely it's just like skin touching skin? That's a good question. What is the sound of foreheads touching? Nom nom nom. Ignore the yawning, please. I opened my eyes. We were so close, our noses were almost touching. Jasmine bounced away. Oh, that's cute.
对不起。
Oh. Hugging the book, she apologized in a fluster. Come to think of it, I was the only one that needed to examine my faults. My heart was beating unreasonably fast. I got up from the grass trying to ignore
但是
it.
呢，四叔的话是不对的哦。不是老师看的啦。
I got distracted. Her puffed out cheeks were so much fun to look at.
只是小的时候。
Her voice became smaller.
太淘气了而已。
Too naughty, that's all. In the glow of the setting sun, the girl blushed apologetically.
总之，四叔什么的是不行的啦。
Okie dokie, I promised. I was starting to think that it must be close to dinner time. Uncle would be waiting for me.
如果要折纸飞机的话，
She looked very serious when she said this, emphasizing each
别的
word.
纸也可以的。
You could use other paper. Of course, she was right. It's time for me to go. You should go home as well. When I said this, in the light of the setting sun, there was a look on her face. It only lasted for a very brief moment.
那就
After that, she gave me a big smile.
明天见啦，兔子先生。
Called it, I am Mr. Abbott. I answered with, see ya, and stepped onto the pathway. Wait, since when did I become Mr. Abbott? To be continued. Well, I suppose that should call it up for a wrap for this recording session. I might have 1 or 2 episodes out of this. I can't quite remember how long I've been recording. Well, my name is Xander. Thank you for watching this episode, and I'll see you next time in the season of 12 Colours. Goodbye.